Yes, Morgan Rod.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
Yeah. And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
I know.
Gangsta.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
Now you know. Charlie Funk, I see you. What's
Ooh,
good?
and they finna hear you.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carrie Festa Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Enjoy the show.
Yeah. That feel real good.
That do feel good. So you want me to tell you, Mark, all summer, this is the first night that I didn't have toes and like little small bodies.
You get your bed back.
Nobody stayed with me last night.
You get your bed back.
Today is Bonnie's birthday, so she turned 10, right?
Happy birthday.
I've been having like the best summer hanging out with my nieces.
Yeah, that feels, I mean, from what you've been sharing, it sounds like an amazing time.
Yesterday we went to the movies.
Okay.
We did snack packs. So I'm really cheap stuff, y'all. Just some cheat codes.
What's the ages? Because that makes a difference.
8 to like 12.
Oh, that's a good one. That's good space. Yeah, that's a good space. Yeah. 8 to 12 is good.
Well, I'll go up to 14. I'll go up to 14 because that was the oldest that came to.
Because they still at that age, they still like not too old for you to be lame.
Right, but I am to them like
but not as lame as it would be to like a 15, 16.
Right.
14, 15. Yeah. Because like 12, it's like, okay, that's just kind of whatever, but they still can make themselves engage.
But like teaching them and like seeing where they're at in life and their different personalities. Yeah. Like so cheat code movies, y'all, right now. Okay, so they have Monday through Thursday dollar movie.
Okay.
Right, if you're trying to find something for your kids, just look it up because
Happy Wednesday.
Just look it up.
Okay.
Dollar movies, Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
They're old movies.
Okay.
That's probably showed within the last year or so.
Okay.
But to go and take all your kids to the movies for $1. And then they got snack packs, which is 50% off. So you come with popcorn, a soda, and a fruit snack for $5.
And the movies got to do that now. Like, cause I mean, you watch movies at the house, like
but I don't have to.
When you go to the movies, is it full?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yesterday it wasn't.
Yeah.
I done seen Toy Story 5. This is the third time, so I'm
okay. Is it like full when you in there, or is it just a few?
The first time it was good. Okay. The second time it was a private showing.
Okay.
And this time it was only a few.
Wow.
So and then it's Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, it's already like $5 or $6 to go. So you can go and do a whole family for a little of nothing.
I hear that. Wow. So that's what's on your mind Wednesday, y'all. Thank you. That's a free game, free opportunity. And then, if you're into like taking children to the movies and you want to do it for the low. You can do it for the low. Because I remember going to the movies $30, $40. Wait. No, like 45.
For how many people?
Like 3 of us.
So it cost me $50 yesterday for all 4 of us with snacks.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, that wasn't happening. It was just like 45 just to get in the door.
You know what I mean?
And then food was a whole nother conversation.
And then and everybody got their blankets. We went to another store and bought blankets. So everybody got their own little set blankets.
Nice,
so everybody just kind of come in, and then Friday we come to see you.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Friday night done right.
So they excited. And then on Saturday, this is the plan. We're going to open gym. So the open gym is at a gymnastics place, and they can do flips, tumbles for like $15 per child, and it's like for like 3 or 4 hours or something. Like you can just kind of a couple of hours, and do that. So I'm just finding things to do with them.
That's so talking about things to do with these kids, because that's been the mantra. These kids need something to do these days. We do have something for them to do. So Childs Park Neighborhood Association, again, this Friday night done right. We there, we live, and we ain't going nowhere. And y'all can check the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page and the Neighborhood Association page.
You know what movie y'all showing?
So we do Flick and Float just once during the summer.
Oh man!
Yeah, so that
I done lied to them children.
Oh, it ain't no movie this
They'll be
Friday.
All right. They don't care.
But we make a movie. Like we make the movie. Like we gonna make the movie. So what y'all doing with the children? How y'all keeping them engaged?
What lessons are you teaching?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, what are they learning?
So what we're learning so I'm teaching them how to navigate the streets of St. Pete.
Okay.
How streets go north and south.
Okay.
Avenues go east and west. Houses are on even and odd sides.
Okay.
So we're doing that. I'm building characters. Like I'm really old school kind of.
Okay.
And like phones got to go off at a certain time.
Are you yes ma'am, no ma'am?
No, I'm not yes ma'am, no ma'am.
But you gotta put an S on it though, right? That's my old school. Like you gotta I don't do yeah.
You can't yell me.
I want a yes.
Yes, I do want a yes.
I'm okay with the sir not being there, but yes is kind of it.
Yeah, but I'm with that.
Yeah. I mean, and those other types of things. All right, so what's good, y'all? So this it is What's on Your Mind Wednesday. We want to let you know that the lines are open. 727-637-2416. Charlie Funk say ain't no yeah. Y'all make roll calls, so let's do roll call. I see Charlie Funk. I see Tiffany, Miss Eva. I see you. We had GMS 1086 came and went.
Yeah, but we appreciate
you stopping in. What they say, showing your face.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, I guess we didn't speak fast enough."
Right.
But they was here. You know what I mean?
Well, you was here, so you can say that. Yubi, good morning. I see you. Miss Eva, happy Wednesday. Carrie, good morning. Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Miss Teresa, where you at? I ain't seen Miss Teresa in a couple days.
She might be busy.
Okay, yeah. Because she's like one of the busiest 70-somethings that I've ever seen.
Don't you want to be like that?
I really do. I really aspire to have that type of energy and ability at 72,
like
73.
I just want to be.
You know what I'm saying? Like 80s. At my birthday party, Miss Bev, our neighbor, like she was there getting it 80 plus. Like that's goals for me, y'all. So, but let us know what's on your mind. What you what's cooking? What you thinking about? Outside of this election.
Oh Lord. Is the election becoming draining?
Is it becoming draining?
Good morning, Renee.
I ain't drained by it. I'm not drained by the election.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for some people, you know what
I mean, it's a lot to it, but drained, I wouldn't say drained. But it is like sometimes I look and be like, okay, enough already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like enough already. Yeah. And so
I see Renee post something in the in the chat. So we're not ignoring you, right?
Yeah, there you go. Foodie Fest.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it.
Okay, yeah, that's
we got new rules, you know. So y'all, if y'all on Facebook, y'all can see we highlighted what she said.
It was spotlighted.
It was. So yeah. You know, we support all.
Right on. So I'm thinking about
it's a free event too.
I'm thinking about creating a sustainability, healthy lifestyle for me and my community. That's what's on your mind. Charlie Funk, thank you for sharing what's on your mind. Renee got these events on her mind. and we got who else? What's on your mind? Put it in the chat. What you thinking about? What's on your mind this I'm just
really thinking about like life itself, right? And like what are you pouring into people? What are people pouring into you?
Okay.
And it's really the youth for me. Like this summer, like I've always been very involved.
Yeah.
But this summer has really, like, I really took some time and like they really kind of moved in with me. But I think like these kids who typically don't talk to anybody that's in there, I've seen them like they got upset that they got to put their phones down for a second.
Oh yeah, that's the first reaction. Yeah,
but now that they know that it's the thing, they just be like, okay,
they accept that. Yeah, they accept like this is the thing. Yeah. No, I mean, and it's like that, right? Like any adjustment. You know, any new discipline is going to be difficult at first, and the habit and the way that you usually do it, you know, there's usually going to be some pushback about that. And so again, with what's on your mind Wednesday, I see we have the incomparable Janet Michelle is in the building. You ready, Janet?
You see me back here.
I see you over there. I see you. Welcome to the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club members, welcome Janet Michelle. What's on your mind on this fine Wednesday?
Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning, family. What's on my mind this Wednesday is how entitlement breeds complacency.
Ooh.
And, I thought I was thinking about it from a couple angles too. One of the angles is how I felt like we kind of I said we collectively just as a people dropped the ball as far as voting is concerned and just being civically engaged compared to how our ancestors did. It's like we got rights because of them, so they got us here, but we were supposed to keep on building. But I feel like we got caught up. We got a little entitled. We started to really enjoy the fruits of their labor. And to a certain degree, I don't really feel like we had that urge to really understand just how important it is to continue on in their work. We got caught up a little bit. And so from that perspective, just kind of made a commitment for myself just to do better, you know, in that area and to truly build on what they gave us, because they gave us a great start and a lot of sacrifice came from that. And then, you know, because I thought about it when they started redistricting and, you know, like really taking people's voice away by taking their candidates away because they changed the lines, making people have to run again. So people actually lost their representation and their votes got diluted. Right. And then the other part of that is now current in the candidate selection, how when a lot of money is thrown in a race, you have some candidates that are put before you and they're actually poor candidates.
Yeah.
And they don't have that same girth to get out, to actually feel like they have to earn the vote.
Yeah.
It's like a sense of entitlement is there, because it's like they got all the money being thrown at them, all the support they need, because this is who the establishment wants, so they're giving them the support they need. But in that, it's like you're taking away the voices of the other candidates that are there, that may even be, dare I say, better than the ones that they're propping up. So it almost like breeds this sense of entitlement on behalf of the candidate, where they feel like they don't have to meet with their constituents, they don't have to go door knocking, they don't have to ask for the campaign funding, as hard as somebody that's like a grassroots candidate. So, and just again, how dangerous that entitlement can be into different situations. But
that's and see, when you first said it, the entitlement that I was thinking about was the second part of what you said. Like these candidates that feel like, okay, I got the money, I got the name, I got, like, the establishment behind me, so I don't really have to like go out and earn it per se. I have seen that. I was actually thinking with that, and had a conversation about that yesterday with somebody. But the other side of that coin that you mentioned is like with voter complacency and voter entitlement, like feeling like, how can I say it? When we were doing the Amendment 4, it was like they didn't want us to say the right to vote. Because they wanted us to, say, like, see it as a privilege and not a right. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it was like, okay, I like right. that has a sense of certainty.
Because once you're born here,
and
you get of age, it's your right to vote. And then once you do a crime, and you do your time, you're supposed to get your rights back.
Yes.
Right? It's the fact that, this is a privilege, like we're doing you a favor,
right?
Like that.
And then those who haven't had those type of experiences, we might take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that entitlement space of it, right? Like, oh well, right. I know I can, but I choose not to.
Right. I choose not to. And I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. They died. They lived in a space where they did not have the right to vote at all.
Yeah.
Because they dared to have the courage, even though some of them, I would like to believe they understood. They probably wouldn't even be alive to see it when we actually got the right to vote, but they still fought anyway. And I was just like, how dare I, not continue on in their work? The least I can do is vote.
Yeah.
That's the least I can do. I might not.
If I got my rights and I'm able, like that's a minimum.
That's
standard.
a bare minimum.
Yeah.
to keep, because we're not there yet. It's like we're not there yet. Yes, we can go eat in these places. We can go get loans, and we can own houses, and we can marry who we want to marry. For the most part, but we're still not there where we need to be collectively, and there's still much work to be done. So it's like, don't have your fun and enjoy it, but don't get so caught up till you feel like there's no that you're not supposed to keep building, and then you start joining the side of the oppressor. Like you just got to be mindful of that. At least I've made a commitment to be more mindful of that, of the work that my elders and my ancestors did, and continue to build.
People don't value it.
No.
They really don't value it, and they be like, oh, they did it. What changed? You see where we at now? And then when you like, you'll hear like stuff like, yeah, look at that. Police still don't like us. You know what I mean? Like you look at it, but then you don't see the small steps. You don't recognize the small steps. The fact that we have Black judges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we didn't have them before. The fact that we have Black police chiefs. And that wasn't an option before. So like when you're counting all the negative, you need to look at these positive too. And even though it might not seem like equal, but some small ones is just as big as all those losses.
Yeah.
Even where you live at, it's really that, because I hear people say all the time, my elders and my family, you couldn't live over there.
That's right.
You used to couldn't, you couldn't go there. Oh, you could not sit there. And and sometimes in my mind, I'm like, I don't even know what that's like because I can.
Right.
But I can because they did.
Right.
You're right. That complacency, right? Wow. Because I ain't never think about it that way, Janet, because you're right. Like what is life like knowing that here's a business that you can't go into? Like it's literally against the law for you to go there. It's literally against the law for you to sit there. It's actually illegal. Like you could be arrested
and die.
And die, right? Because they defending this system so heavily that you could actually lose your life for this accommodation, and then a generation later, we don't even think with that because we feel like we're entitled and we could just go in here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And we don't got to vote because that's changed.
Right.
But where voting and us standing together has made changes.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, Janet, thank you for that. And that's a good framework. I'm going to be thinking with that, operating with that. Right. And then they can find you. You can find Janet Michelle at findingmyhappy.net. So y'all make sure that y'all get at our sister. Thank you always for checking in with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
You got it.
All right.
I'm going to go back to the audience now.
You have to sit at the table with your name on it.
Yeah.
Right. His name on it. Hey, Royce.
All right. I'll see you at work. All right, you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on WUJM 99.1 FM, 99 Jams the Bird. And it's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. And Janet Michelle just really lifted up something that is in line with what I was thinking about. So here's how we say on topic, but maybe off topic.
Okay.
I put out a question and it'll be part of what the people say.
Okay.
Speaking of entitlement. So when the party, the party that you're affiliated with, they tell you that the person that you want to vote for and support is not a viable candidate and they can't win. What is your next move? What do you do?
Okay, so me, I always kind of do what I want.
Okay. Outside of that whole party affiliation,
really, I have once I really got into politics. Then I start to make the decision that's best for me and mine. Right. Now I'm also aware of that there may be a candidate that does not maybe have a chance. So I'm still realistic. If that makes sense.
But here's my thing, right? Like the candidates that don't have a chance, once you start to accept that they don't have a chance, that enforces and reinforces the fact that they don't have a chance.
But you know what? It usually, I've worked on campaigns that I felt like I saw where they were struggling.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Like I think, I believe in your mission.
But I see that you're struggling.
And I see that, and I done hopped on campaigns to help.
Yeah.
To strategize.
Yeah.
To let's go out there and let the people hear your message.
Yeah. And it's because you believe in the candidate.
Because I believe in the candidate. And when you look at grassroots, because a lot of that comes from volunteers. Yeah. Right. And they're doing it strictly because they believe in you. Not because somebody telling you to pay, they're paying you or something, because people do want to get paid. Yeah. But usually I've worked on paid campaigns where I pay people out there, and I can see the difference in the work.
In the person who believes in the candidate and the person who's just doing it for the paycheck.
Right. And not saying that two things can't be true at the same time.
You can believe in them and get a check.
Get a check. Yeah. But if you're just hiring people, you go back and do their work. They really just hitting the numbers. Yeah. They're not, so you definitely want a good volunteer base that is your cheerleaders when you're not there.
Right.
Because that's what's spreading this wildfire. Because again, that candidate can't be at all places.
That's true. And you have to have surrogates and a team to help you do it. And if you really believe in the candidate, then there's something for you to do. There's an opportunity for you to engage and help. And so when I posted that, the overall vibe of the conversation was more around how it's not really about one candidate or one party. It was more about like independent thinking, party loyalty. How do you define viability? And then some people talked about strategy versus conviction. And then whether voters should choose the person that they truly want or the person that they're told has the best chance to win. And the overwhelming theme, most people said that they want to vote for the person they believe in, not the person someone else tells them is electable. And that has been, part of my experience, like working for organizations that, engage in political space, where I remember vividly, like, and I'll just say it, when I started with SCIU, this was back in 2016. I started in like February 2016. I think in maybe March or April, the union endorsed Hillary Clinton at that time. And the union members were like, what are y'all doing? Like, that's not the person we want. They wanted Bernie Sanders. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the establishment felt like Bernie Sanders wasn't a viable candidate. He couldn't win.
Right.
And so they threw in with Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton lost.
Right.
And so now, not only do you're not responsive, to the people who you say that you're representing, but, and the reason that you're saying that it proves to be false.
Right. You know what you have is, when you look at it, whoever they're asking probably was rocking with Hillary.
Okay.
Right. So you think, and it's just me flipping the pancake. Right.
Sure.
Just looking at it, it's gonna be, and then like-minded people usually link up together. And so the people you're with like-minded is like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the people over here linked up, and they only hear the Hillary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you look at it,
and the other part of it too, because in this scenario, I think it was they heard both, but then they started doing the campaign logic and the historical, that whole campaign math. And campaign math is real, strategical logic and all of that stuff, path to victories, like all of that stuff is real. But what I'm saying is, at some point, once you continue to do that, then we seem like we always get these lesser of two evil type choices, where it's like you got to pick the person who's electable or who's viable, instead of like, look, I'm voting with this person whether you think they're viable or not. And then you do that consistently over time, I think you can start to shift the dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
You can, but you have to change the people at the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because I've had that problem. You know what I mean? Like, y'all heard my story.
Yeah.
Even Andrew Gillum.
Yeah.
And look,
they were thinking he might get third place.
Right.
Yeah.
And he came in, and then you see again.
And then they had to cheat in order to keep him from winning.
Right.
But if everybody would have followed the campaign logic and went with that, then we never would have had that type of energy around that campaign.
No, we wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
And what I saw is like, it was really about the people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the establishment really screwed him over. I would say the establishment,
because they weren't prepared for him. They had already decided that he wasn't going to be the person. Somebody else was going to be the person.
Right.
And so they're building their next wave. Our after primary work is going to be focused on this person. These are the issues. These are the things. And then their strategy had to shift after their campaign math was upset by grassroots organizing and people just,
and since
voting for what they believe was their own self-interest, not the establishment.
And while we're thinking about this, right? Because we know Andrew just recently got arrested, right? But do you see that he tested, negative for the stuff that they said he was found? So like, the establishment is crazy.
Yeah, it is. and so what we can do is I'll go through some of the other themes that came out. Yeah, it's time for break, but I'll go through the themes from what the people said. We have what the people say question. We want to talk about property taxes and that amendment that's on the ballot. We also have some news around the Childs Park Environmental Justice Campaign that we want to share with the community. And we got Ask Qiana and more. So y'all make sure that y'all stick around. We'll be back about 6 minutes after the hour right here on 99 Jams, The Bird.
The Bird. Bing.
All together as one, united. sister. I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, look up, baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just I rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams.
Peace in the streets, love to my brothers, love to my sisters. We all need each other. Children need their mothers and they need their dads. Taking a life that don't make you bad. The fact that you do that is so sad. Pocket watching, plotting on another man's cash. Pick up a book instead of picking up a gun. Increase your knowledge and that'll increase your funds. If everyone succeeds, then crime would decrease and people would live instead of resting in peace. Unity, that's what we need. Stand up and be a positive force in the community.
We are one, we must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together,
Must stand together.
all together as one.
As one people.
United we must
United
stand
we shall rise.
fighting for
And you fight for me
till our race is done.
till we see God.
United we must
United we will rise. Clap with me. Clap.
God, we
Clap.
are one.
Yes, sir.
We must
Clap.
fly to the
Clap.
sun.
GB on the
Every
track,
day,
man, and I
fight
mean
for
this is from the
peace,
heart.
not destroying
Back and
our
forth to
dreams.
prison, cause my position in the ghetto is wishing. My dreams was in my hand, man, instead of so distant. Violent crimes on my record, showing judges I'm reckless. Guess they think I'm rich and young, like Young and the Restless. Every time I see a young brother rich in peace, got to be the only time when I watch TV. Cause the struggling and suffering is all I see. Besides muscling and hustling at war with heat, I point the finger at the devil boy for taking my peace. Cause the only way to live is to take to the streets. But they rate me as a villain for the killing and dealing. For what? My last resort to make me a living. I don't give a damn, tell them so what. I'm gonna survive even if they threaten me with life. The arms of poverty held tight, making life a fight. But in the sky, we got to unite. Keep your head in the sky.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dream. We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together.
story where the two sides provide internal or other records that could form evidence. The BBC's lawyers said the corporation had produced
87,000.
And it's 7 minutes after the hour. Just like that. We're back.
Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
That 7 go quick, don't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
It really, really does.
I guess it depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
But 7 minutes, like in this space, goes really quick. And so we want to thank y'all for enduring the break. We hope that y'all got some information that you can use. And welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
And this is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster,
baby.
And if you don't know, now you know. Now you know. Now you know. All right, Charlie Funks. He say, what Charlie Funks?
That's what he say.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carrie Festa Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Enjoy the show.
Amen to that. And thank y'all again for tapping in. I got an engagement question I want to put in the chat because during this electoral cycle and political season, a lot of times there's conversations about, plans and what I do if I'm elected and pick me because I'm the best person. And so we want to hear from you all. If you could fix one problem in your community tomorrow, if you could wave a magic wand and fix one of the problems in the community, what problem would it be? What challenge would you accept? like would you fix the roads? Would you address crime, housing, jobs, the environment, youth programs, or something else? What would you take if you had to say, look, I got the juice.
Equality.
And I can fix one problem.
Equality.
Okay. Say more.
Let's see. I would want to see. I'm channeling my Mr. Edmund, right?
Mr. Edmund. Somebody tag Mr. Edmund.
Like, you want to do that? I want to. When you look at it, I want it to be that like all youth have these same opportunities.
Okay.
All people have the same opportunities for housing. The criminal system don't just look at Black men as criminals, but as human beings.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And then forget your color of your skin, your qualification will get you the job. Like, I don't have to use my middle name to apply for a job because they're not going to click my resume because they see Qiana.
Yeah.
Or they see Keisha.
Okay.
Or you know what I mean? Yeah. Or something over there.
Shaniqua. Yeah.
So like, and I know you say pick one thing. That's why it's kind of like,
it's just hard to pick one.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, for most people.
What's your one thing?
I should have been prepared for this, but I don't know. What is the one thing? I think education. I would really tap into like education, and that's for like youth and adults, like just education broadly, because there's so much that we need to learn and unlearn.
Yeah.
And so like a robust education track, right? That includes like, of course, spiritual development, as well as knowledge of self and really knowing who you are, your true history, not the lies or the whitewash version of history that has been given to us, but really tapping in and understanding, our contributions globally, for the past, 66 trillion years, right? Just understanding like there was a time before this last few thousand years where like we really have done some amazing things. And this part of our history is just a part of our history, but it's not all of our story. And so being able to have knowledge of self and awareness of what's going on around you in context would be the thing that I would wave my magic wand and address.
Okay, so since you said
now I know a mayor or a council member or a candidate, that might be outside of your purview, but
so since you say, I would want to address the criminal system.
Okay.
like really look at that.
It's what's on your mind Wednesday, y'all. So please feel free to
dismantle-
join the conversation like UB did.
dismantle that.
Okay, the criminal injustice system.
Yes, I would want to. Yes,
Yeah.
I would want to go there because there's so many,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all can just know where my heart is at. There's so many good brothers behind the, behind those four walls. They're locked up for things that they shouldn't be locked up for.
Yeah.
Right. And there's so many households that are hurting because they don't have them.
Yeah.
And with the criminal system, they have the opportunity to give people the tools so that that they can be better citizens, but they choose to not.
Yeah.
Right. So I think
it's not profitable.
No, it's not for the corporation.
Yeah. I mean,
but just think about how more profitable it is for the community. If you have thriving families, you have 2-parent household, 2 people that's out here working and paying
which
taxes.
is a requirement these days.
Right. That's paying taxes.
Yeah.
That is now pouring into children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Balance to the households
and stability and
taking
things.
some of that burden off of the social betterment programs and all of these things that y'all want to cut.
Right. All the things they want to cut, but then they want to take the one major piece out there that gives it the stability.
Yeah.
And that's the man in the household.
Right.
And I'm gonna go as far as the black man in the household. And I know that white people are locked up, Asians and all, but I'm gonna say the black man that's in the household.
Right.
And the stability and the structure that the man brings to a household, regardless, is needed.
Yeah.
How you like it or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't even entertain those debates and those conversations about how the man is not needed. I don't need a man. Like I'm like, come on. I just can't even engage with those. But definitely, again, y'all put it in the chat. Like UB says, economic sustainability. I thought about that one too. That was part of my first thought. UB was the economics, but it was the like what they say about a fool and his money. Right?
I'm hopping on the back of everybody. Just FYI.
Miss Eva said, I agree with you, bro, John. But also we need to address having more black businesses in our neighborhood and addressing mental health issues. I agree. Yeah.
But see, that criminal, like that mental health part of it.
Yeah, you got to get your mind right.
You definitely got to get your mind right. And it's to be honest, it's hard for people to get their mind right when it's been poisoned. Yeah. Because you have to suck all this poison out. You really do. And even when people are trying, it's like an infection, like you're trying to fight it.
But you need to like drain.
You really gotta go and scrape all of it out. Because as long as there's a little bit of it, it has
the potential to spread.
Yes.
There we go. Making roll call. Miss Mama Blue, thank you for making the roll call. We see you. But I mean, but that economic sustainability is like really high up there because who was it? Reverend Ike. Y'all probably heard me say this before, right? Reverend Ike, he said, it's not the love of money that's the root of all evil. He said, from his observation, it's the lack of money that's the root of all evil. So these poverty, a lot of the crime is associated to poverty and economics. And so once we start to really get a grip and a handle on that, then now you're talking about affordability. Well, if you're making more, you can afford more, right? And so it's a lot that goes with that economic
and you
sustainability
think
piece.
Most people that's in the streets, before they go to, they be like, I said, this my last month.
Oh, of course.
All I need is one more month.
Yeah.
Because they be like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm at a good spot. I'm at a space where I can get up.
I need that. I just need to make this one more play.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
And then that government official who you've been working with the whole time, who
was waiting for that one more play.
They knew, okay, look, he trying to quit. We got to get him now before he quit. And then you end up, because they control all of that stuff anyway, for real. So y'all put it in the chat. It's what's on your mind Wednesday. Let us know if you could fix one problem in the community, in the neighborhood. And if you could do it tomorrow, what would the problem be? So for his headlines, I saw there was a headline that says the Florida Democrats have come together to oppose Amendment 3, which is the homestead, which is to expand homestead property tax exemption. And so Florida Democrats have voted to oppose Amendment 3, which would expand the homestead exemption for non-school property taxes and could ultimately eliminate those taxes. Supporters argue that homeowners deserve property tax relief, and opponents argue that property taxes fund essential local services like police, fire, parks, and libraries, as well as infrastructure. And so the question is, if the property taxes disappeared, people want to know, how would you pay for, fire departments, parks, roads, recreation centers, and libraries? That's the
They don't even want libraries.
For real. They don't want it for real. I'm gonna scan the budget and see what we getting for our library.
I mean, we got a good library.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they're good because they feel like people are not reading, right?
And the libraries have become so much more. That was one of the highlights of being on council was being able to workshop the President Barack Obama library and just kind of work through that. And those were conversations. It was like the library is more than just a place where people go sit down and read books. Like, and so the design and the things that are available to the community at the President Barack Obama library reflect, the modern evolution of libraries. And so like the teen rooms and the computer labs and the big screens and, the digital opportunities, the kids section, the children's section, like it's just an amazing facility if y'all haven't been over there.
And you like in our people, like, people got to utilize it, right? You got to, like, the teens got to be excited. Like, you got to have the groups that's taking them.
Well, I know they're using the Childs Park library because, this is like a small library over in Childs Park. And I've been taking meetings over there. I was doing it primarily when school was in. And when school was in, like right after school, it's not teens, actually. It's elementary students, coming from Fairmont Park. Yeah. And so like when they leave school, they would come to the library. That's beautiful. And they were coming in. But again, it's the library is different. Like they're not coming in grabbing books off the shelves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They at the computer. Some, you get some that's reading, and then the educational programming. So they'll do some some homework at first, and then after that they on to their computer games. But it's a safe space where you can engage youth.
Safe spaces are important.
Yeah, absolutely. And so how we gonna pay for this stuff, y'all? That's the question. So if property taxes are eliminated, how will we pay for these essential services is the question that people are asking. And then the other side of it is there are people who are really hurting, and they feel like, hey, if I can get this relief, I can get this relief.
So if you take the property taxes off of the everyday folks, then the people who get the breaks on the property tax now, they need to get them.
Say that again.
So the people who get the breaks, like the big corporations, who's making a profit.
So you got to change the whole structure.
Yeah, like if you're flipping it, you flip it for the other side. Because just think about, they don't pay they barely pay property taxes, or some of them, they make these agreements, and those are the ones who's benefiting from they get the break, plus they making profits. And then not only are they making profits, they're increasing their rent.
well, I think, good morning, Miss Teresa. There you go. I was wondering about you. So thank you for making the roll call and checking in this morning. But I think the way that it's written is for what does it says? Homestead. So it's expanding the homestead exemption. So it is not an impact on the commercial properties.
I get it.
Because you can't homestead commercial properties. And so that's going to be what that's going to be. It's the homeowners, and I think they know, like, you got to do the homestead exemption, expand it,
right?
Because if you talk about doing anything else for corporations in this environment,
but you're just asking for, like, if where that money gonna come from, the people who making the money. That's my thought. But I know that.
So you think they're gonna do more?
No, I'm not. No, in my world, this is what I would do.
I got you.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna do that. You're just asking where's the money coming, and
the people who got it.
Yeah, the people who got it.
Yeah, take it from
You're already giving them a break.
That's that whole fair share conversation.
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, at this point, we done, like, listen. Yeah, we didn't charge you for 20 years. So you got a 20-year break. So that means you a 20-year head start. And now you got to pay.
Right. There you have it. And so
that's just me.
No, I hear that.
That's just me. And I know it's homestead only.
Yeah.
I got that.
Okay.
So if I confuse anybody.
Yes, thank you. Because I was like, wait, what?
No, because you just said, where are we going
to get it? Okay, that's the hypothetical side of it. But like the real world application, and I'm so glad that I'm not up there responsible for trying to figure this out. You know what I mean?
World, they're gonna tax. It's still gonna come back to you anyway.
Yeah. So whether you get that break on your property taxes or not, you're still gonna have to pay the difference.
And then be careful what you ask for because the difference may be higher.
Okay. And that was their argument. Okay, I hear that, UB. Thank you for that. And so, but I mean, continue to ask the question. In addition to the Florida Democrats, it says that firefighters also have opposed it. Firefighters and many fire chiefs have joined in the opposition. Their concern is that reducing property tax revenue could affect emergency services. Critics say that local governments would lose one of their most stable revenue sources. And so, that's where they're at right now. This is one of them things that you can count on.
Yeah.
And that thing that's count onable may be going away.
And just
look at the voters, yeah. If you had to I saw this thing where they said they have a app or some opportunity for people to bet on anything. Like you could just make up a bet and then put it in like a chat and start collecting, wagers for these bets. And so if you had to bet on whether or not Amendment 3 was going to pass and the property tax exemption would be expanded.
Okay,
Do you think it's gonna make the bar?
Okay, I would have. So before I put my bet on,
okay,
I would do some research.
Okay.
I want to know what's the percentage right now in Florida of homeowners versus renters.
Okay, and then do homeowners are these homeowners going to vote? Will this make you like? This is another one of those opportunities. Like if you wasn't gonna vote, would this make you go vote now? You think people would get up and be like, you know what? I ain't really concerned about the candidates and all of that stuff, but this property tax thing, I need to go make sure that I vote for that, or not vote, or vote against it. Whatever you're gonna do.
I don't know.
Will it help people to be more engaged?
It don't tickle my fancy.
That you're not getting up out of the bed.
There's so much that I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the economy. Like there's. I would just have to look at it more. Like that ain't like the motivation, but it's somebody's motivation.
Yeah.
It is somebody's motivation.
Somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm going. I can't wait. They're looking for the mail ballot, ready to say reduce my property taxes. Yeah.
Some of them people, but those people typically are like already voting because those are more like when you're looking at something to get people out of their seats to vote, it is usually more recreational.
So how does a renter vote for this? Like if you're renting, and because I mean renters have this is not the 1700s where only property owners can vote.
Yeah, so
everybody can vote.
So that's what
as a renter, what's your position on this as a renter?
So here we go. That's when I said I would look to see what's the difference between the renters and the owners. If there's more renters than owners, then this don't pass because they don't care.
I hear that. All right, caller, what's on your mind Wednesday? We talking about this property tax amendment 3 on the ballot. What's your take?
I'm just okay. Let's say we don't give them no relief, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then the people can't pay their property taxes because they probably get foreclosed on because the tax is too high with the insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Then where we getting the money from? Because if nobody pays the taxes, we ain't got no money.
I'm thinking with that.
And that's the reason and then the other thing is they're not taking all the taxes away.
Right.
The school taxes don't go nowhere. The commercial taxes don't go nowhere. All of them taxes ain't going nowhere. And then now you need to find out how much are we actually spending on the resources that they say we need, like the fire department, everything that you just named that you say we spending the money on.
Mm-hmm.
Are we collecting more money than we need for that? Where's that extra money going from? Because as they look at this, they see that a lot of that money is going toward nonprofit programs. And these people are getting kickbacks through these nonprofit programs, putting that money in their pocket. The police force ain't hurting, the fire department ain't hurting, but these other people, they taking the extra money that's being collected, and we paying for that, and we ain't getting nothing back, but they putting it toward their nonprofit and then collected it themselves.
And so what you're saying is instead of doing that, just give that relief that you would give to the extra that you would give to the nonprofit, put that back into the pockets of the people.
Put that, or just, because even if like to Qiana point too, like if the taxes stay high on both ends, the citizens ain't gonna pay because they ain't gonna be able to, because they ain't got the job to pay. And then the rent gonna stay high, because what do you think gonna happen to the person that owns the rental properties?
Yeah,
they gonna pass that buck along. So if I got $10,000 worth of property taxes and $100,000 worth of insurance, then I can't give you no low rent. So where you gonna go?
Wow.
So if we don't create some type of relief or some type of system or some type of auditing that, hey man, we do not need to collect this much money. This is what I keep saying. Like, what are the citizens getting back for all the money that they paying?
Yeah. It's a great question.
Yeah.
What's the return?
What's the return?
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And that's
great context.
It is. But when you think about it, even with you be saying it, but you can't even control the landlords or anybody else. Like, okay, you get relief.
Yeah.
Right. But you still keep the high rent just because you can, because nobody can cap you.
Yeah, I mean, we're in Florida, so it's a landlord-friendly state. Like, I found that out real quick when I was on city council. All of this work that we had done and were trying to do, and when you start running it up the flagpole, the lawyers say, "Hey, you live in Florida, and in Florida, you can't do that."
Right, which is crazy.
Yeah, because Florida has preemptions that will prevent you from, making some of the changes at the local level that you really need, based upon what your experience is on the ground. Like, we're here in our city. We know the challenges of our city. And then we started advocating for policy and, writing policy that would change that. But then once you start writing it up, those drafts have to be approved by the lawyers, and the lawyers say, hey man, that's a great idea, but it's going to be challenged, or it may be, you know what I mean? It was like that kind of stuff. But and because they're risk averse, they would advise us like, you could do it, but they probably going to push back. They're going to sue. They're going to do. And so that was always one of the things that you had to consider. Like, okay, if we advance this, what is the risk to the city, and the exposure for us moving forward with this policy? And that's what I found. And I found that the city is of course, as most people are, they're risk averse. They don't want to take that challenge. But the
only way that you change it is by
accepting the challenge, right? Like if you get sued, like that's the whole point. And you see, this is coming to me as I'm saying it, right? So that's one of the differences in the strategies, because I'll just say like this: Democrats, and that's just a broad term. I just can't think of another way to say it. But Democrats, and I'm putting that in air quote, that don't mean just like all Democrats, but like there's a certain group, let me say it that way so people don't get offended and be like, he talking about that. There's a certain group that says, if we do it, we'll be sued. And if we lose, we have to pay all of this money. So they choose not to do it. Then there's another group
sue me
that was like, look, we gonna do it because that's what my people told me to do. That's what my people want me to do. They're supporting me in doing it. And whether you sue me or not, I see you in court. And then they move forward with that. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is once they see you take that type of position, then I think that breeds the loyalty and the allegiance, and also the energy and the fervor that people have to support their candidates, because they see you really doing it. And then now you can say, well, look, we did it, but they sued us, and da. Yeah. The other side of that coin is like, we want to do it, but if we do it, they're gonna sue us, and we don't want to be sued.
Some people are timid, and some people are not. And I want to be on the I'm not side, right? And
when it makes sense, right? Because sometimes it's like, you know what, that don't make sense. But
you wanna push it as far as you can, but you don't. I'm looking at Miss Teresa, and I kind of felt you. Like I see you. He's like, why do y'all continue to say that the nonprofits are getting kickback? So it's just like any.
That's a good one.
But you want me to tell you, it's like anything else. The big corporations, the people who take advantage of it is who you see. The small nonprofits that's really out here doing the work is barely getting the money. They're struggling to get it. So you are completely right with it. There are some nonprofits that's really out here doing the work and ain't getting no money. But then there's others that have figured out the system and they are getting the kickback. So I would say when you think about it, we don't subscribe to all. So we know there's some good programs out here that needs the money that's not getting it, right?
And they don't have the relationships to move things forward. Like, and see, that's the other part of this thing. When we talk about navigating and moving through, we have to like really just call a thing, and not be afraid to call a thing. Like there are groups in this city who will not get funded because the administration has a problem with them. Not the program. And if we can't just look each other in the eye and say that and know that that's real, then we never will be able to get to where we want to get. And that's and you got people who may not have that as their experience. So they might, well, every time I do it, I always get it. What you got, because the system will explain away and justify these things to make you feel like, well, if you just try harder, or if you just follow the process, or if you just do this, then you too, you know.
No, they don't like me. Look, just because I'm me, they don't
real good
like me. It don't matter what I say or do. As long as that person is in control or that group is in control, they don't like that I called you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they'll never forget that thing I said in 2018.
Right. Regardless that I done agreed with them on 50 million things. That one thing that sticks out. Oh no, I ain't messing with them. And that's the hurtful part.
And if we're denying that that's a reality that we face, and now you could talk about scale, you could talk about magnitude and how big this is as an issue, but to say that it's a non-issue and try to invalidate those who have lived experience with that, I think we do ourselves as a community a disservice, because there are people like I have been cautioned, because I mean we talk, you know, we have community conversations 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Y'all get to hear our take and our view, and you get to share your view as well. And I've been cautioned about some of the things that we said, and was like, hey, you know, hey.
So let's take it even further. We've had conversations with people that they say, hey, don't, hey, listen, we rock with you, but if you go over there with Qiana and Brother John and Jabbar,
people have told us that. Like,
plenty people.
I've had a person told me, a person was in a, now if it's a lie, they told it. But they said they were pitching a program, and they were saying, well, this idea started with CDAT. And so we should have CDAT as a part of this conversation. And they were told, again, if it's a lie, they told it. And they repeated it and told it to me. They said, he was told, if you mention CDAT one more time, you're not going to get this contract.
You're not going to see that.
The contract that you're trying to get, and you advocating to bring them on board because you got this idea from them. We taking that idea, but we leaving them. And if you keep advocating for them, we leaving you too. Like, that was what his experience was. And if that, like, if that ain't something,
and you know,
and that's one group. Now, how many other groups have had that experience? How many individuals have had that experience? I don't know.
But because we can only talk about it for this, our lived experience. Yeah. We've sat in, I can say, at least 5 meetings.
Yeah.
That somebody.
Oh, you're right.
We were sat.
Because I always stick on that one.
No,
but that was another one.
We sat in multiple meetings. Like, if you go back in there and say, like, yo,
and people
like,
are being told who they can work with, who is an acceptable partner, who they should work with. They're putting together these collaborations. Like, they actually do that. They say, okay, we'll fund this, but one of the conditions of the funding is we want you to partner with this person. Like, we was on a project, we was like, well, why is this person here? And they was like, well, they have some things that and so we had to, like, Rubik's Cube, figure out, okay, like, we didn't consider them. Now we have to, basically, as a part of this. So now we got to figure out, and I mean, not that it's impossible and you can't do it and some good work can happen,
right?
But there are people that are setting up these types of situations where you have to work with certain people or you have to not work with certain people. And I've experienced that for real. And so when people are saying that, don't invalidate those people, because I'm one of the people who saw that, and I can bear witness that that's happening. And it's just frustrating sometimes when you see people say, oh, it ain't like that. All you got to do is just cross your T's and dot your I's.
And I tell you, I
that's
feel like
important too. But,
you and I both have good relationships with people.
Yeah.
Right. But one thing is, our loyalty and right is right and wrong is wrong can't be bought by a dollar bill, right? True. And so what happens is we don't have a problem with trying to fix what's wrong because I'm always willing to work with whoever.
Sure.
But because we won't fit in this box that they want to put us in, and when we see the disjustice and all this other stuff, and if we call it out or have a conversation with it, they seem like they don't like that. It's either you take it and shut up, or we're not giving you nothing at all. Because you can't complain out loud with the process. You can't go in and tell your experience when it was bad, because once you say that, oh no, you can't never come back in here again, kind of. And this is a public space, right? And so you're dealing with people, money, and when you're thinking about the advocacy that you do for this community, sometimes we owe the people who's rooting for us the truth.
Yeah.
Now, how we deliver it, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think personally, for the majority part, we deliver our stuff really well. And maybe I'm biased.
I mean, give it up for me.
Yeah. Maybe we're biased. But, and then some people don't.
I think I'm very diplomatic. There's a lot of stuff that I'd be wanting to say and could say, but I'll try and, bring balance. But that's just my nature. Like I'm, like I'm a peaceful person by nature. Like I'm not, I don't wake up looking for a fight. But if a fight come my way, like, I ain't ducking no smoke, as they say.
And I feel like I personally ain't did nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
For it really should be like, oh, we're not funded if they're a part of it.
Now, here's the other part of it, too. Here's the other part of it that what I've learned and practice in my life is that your problem with me is not my problem.
It ain't.
That was something I learned and it's what's on your mind Wednesday, y'all. So if you got something on your mind, give us a call, 727-637-2416. The phone lines are open. Join the conversation. There's a seat at the table with your name on it. But like your problem with me is not my problem.
Yeah.
And that experience with counsel, I had a controversy, I guess we could say, with the Jewish community. And man, I just took that on as my problem and was like beating bushes, trying to make meetings, trying to do this stuff. But then when it became clear to me, like, look, I really don't have a problem with y'all. Like I've been saying that from the beginning. You have a problem with me.
And y'all won't say that.
And we're trying to figure out like how we can come to some type of resolution, but you don't want resolution. You want compliance.
Right.
And it's like, I don't agree with you on that.
I want resolution, like you say, and not
like I want to resolve this conflict, and you don't want, and the only way that you can see a resolution is for me to comply and do what you want me to do, or say what you want me to say, or show up how you want me to show up. And I'm not going to do that. And no matter how many conversations we've had, like I'm willing to give ground, but you're not willing to give ground. And so I'm like, okay, at some point we just have to agree to disagree. But for me, I'm not one to just throw that up as a flag and say we're going to agree to disagree. Like I really want to find what the source of the disagreement is. And if we can work through it, we can work through it. But if we can't, that's when we say, you know what, we've tried to work through it and we just can't get past it. So now we can agree to disagree. What is the on
What's
that
the
thing?
thing on that thing right there?
Now, what is the thing that we do agree on?
And let's work on it.
Because like it's very few people that you have 100% of the things that you totally disagree on. There's something. And if you can find that thing and work on that thing together to have a positive impact in the community, then have at it. But that's not everybody's mindset. You looking at what the people say? Which one you want to take? I see the chat is real active. And we appreciate
go
that.
Back to go to Miss T. Go to Miss Teresa.
Okay. Many large nonprofit. Before that,
Yubi. She responding to Yubi.
Okay, so Yubi it says, if we don't acknowledge the problems, we can't create or find the solutions.
Okay, no, that's go further down.
Okay.
Are you saying the elected officials and the city staff are being paid kickbacks? Because I reviewed and approved hundreds of grants, and I've never gotten paid under the table by any of the nonprofit organizations that were funded through my department.
Oh yeah, no. I think that's kind of extrapolation. Yeah, we're not going that far. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going that far into it.
Okay.
And I don't think that you're going that far into it. When you talk about kickbacks, I'm talking about these agreements that are a lot of times unspoken.
Mm-hmm.
Again, here's another example of what I mean by that. There was a city staffer that kept telling me, "Hey, we got a thing that's coming up." Mm-hmm. Right, and this thing that we got coming up, we got you in mind for it.
Yeah,
and like giving me winks and nods, like we got this thing, and we think y'all would be great for it. You know, your organization.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like kind of the wink, the nod. Like, yo, hey, make sure that you keep your eyes open. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
And so the whole time, like I'm like, okay, what is the thing? So we get closer. Hey, that thing we told you about is gonna be out in 2 weeks, right?
Right.
So
2 weeks come.
2 weeks come. The thing is out. Hey. The thing out, make sure that you apply because we only opening it for 7 days.
Yeah.
Right. It's not going to be a long time for people to apply because why? We already done talked to the people who we
want to have. Right.
And you one of them people.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They probably ain't gonna do that again after I'm saying it on the radio now. But here's the thing: I've had that conversation where they like, look, we got y'all. We thinking about y'all, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, Q, when we did the application, fast forward.
Y'all didn't get the thing.
It was a request for a quote.
Yeah.
Right. And the quote we submitted was over the budget that they had for the project.
Yeah.
But they said, don't worry about the budget that you got for the project.
Yeah.
Give us a real quote.
Yeah.
So we gave them a real quote. Because when you do this work, you know how much it costs and what it's going to take to do this work for real.
But see,
now we could have Rubik's cubed it and backed in and got down to the number that they was trying to get to so that we can fit in the budget so they can keep moving this thing forward. But it was like, okay, do we try and squeeze into, like after you do the numbers and you see how much it's going to cost to do the project, knowing that budget is this, do we try and squeeze in to fit this number to meet this deliverable, or do we say it's a request for quote, not request for a proposal? And we telling you this is how much it's going to cost if you hire us to do it. And they went with somebody else who fit the criteria. But again, the process and the relationship, and I appreciate the relationship again. I thank y'all for that.
Okay, so let me tell you this: I'm not upset with relationships like that. Right? This is how, unfortunately, stuff happens.
Yeah.
Right. This is what you want. These built relations. This is what I tell all my nieces, my nephews, my cousins when they leave high school and go to college.
Okay.
Have fun. You're gonna make some.
Start with that. Yeah.
Don't have fun. You're gonna make some mistakes. Don't let your mistakes define you while you're there.
Yeah.
Learn, but more important is make relationships with people while you're there and connect with different lives while you're in college, because you never know who is going to be able to walk you through that door.
I told my children that too. I told them that in school. Like, be cool with your teachers.
Yeah.
Like, don't be not cool with your teachers. Like, be cool with your teachers.
The person that can look out for you.
That thing that, that B, that you got that was 2 points away, being cool with your teacher, get you them 2 points.
It does. Or allow you, at least allow you to do the extra work.
Man, they give you them points at some point. It puts you in a better position than if you're not cool with your teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a fact of life. That's a fact of that's a reality. And so again, y'all, I'm
you know what?
So when we talk about these things, again, I've experienced it. And so if that's a conversation that I had, and this is not a kick, and there was no kickback. They didn't say, okay, once you get this thing, you got to give it.
You didn't get the job. It was just
so that whole thing ain't a thing, right? It's just the fact that I know that they have people in mind when they write these programs, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll come to those people and say, we wrote this with you in mind. I appreciate that.
But that doesn't guarantee you the job.
But then it don't guarantee you the job. I mean, it was basically a guarantee. And I think if we would have, wiggled into that number, we could have got the job. I have no doubt about it, because we had the strongest proposal, in my opinion, but it's me, right? But the fact that we wouldn't compromise on what we knew the actual cost was in order to deliver and do it with fidelity, because that's another part of it. You can do these programs. You can say, okay, well, we got a budget of $50,000, but it's really going to cost you $75 to do it for real. Now you could do it for $50, but you're not going to have an impact.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to shortchange it. Like you got to make the investment in order to get the impact. And so that's what happens. Like, okay, well, we don't want to pay the 75. We want to do it cheap. Oh, and the other part of it was the timeline. It was like, okay, we're going to take longer, right? Because you want it cheap and fast.
You don't have,
but it was like, no, like
but so
what you trying to do, you not.
But what you're doing is painting the picture. Is even though like I have something and I may think like this is a good fit for you, but once you do all the, it wasn't a good fit.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
But it could have fit if you would be willing to play the game. But I mean, that's the thing. You could.
But not only if they had you in mind, they had other people in mind too.
Exactly.
Right. And so
that's my point.
So yeah, before you go,
and they got that same conversation that I got.
Right. And so
they got that same 7-day window to apply that I got.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? But when you look at it, I have a problem when you're giving it to people who are not qualified.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Like if you just, hey, that's the problem.
That's the thing.
I don't have a problem with you looking out or telling somebody who's out there doing the work and you know that they're going to get the job done. That's why you move up so that you can put people in position.
Let me pause you. Keep you put people in positions.
Right. You want to put people in position who are qualified to do it.
Yeah.
My only problem is when they're not qualified. Listen, I tell people all the time, don't give me a job.
Yeah.
Because every place I done ran, I have hired my qualified friends.
Yes, amen.
And
I appreciate that too.
Like, listen, my whole crew coming.
Yeah.
If I know that they are qualified, right? But
because
I know
we constantly working on ourselves, we're preparing ourselves for these opportunities.
And I'll say this: I done fired some of the people that I done hired as well because they didn't meet the mark.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
So like, y'all listen. I'm
totally okay with nepotism. When you got qualified, you got relatives and people who can actually deliver and do the job. You'll
be talking all type of ish about me because all my homies in there because I know most of them qualified.
But here's the other part of that, Q. The part that what kind of started us down this path was the fact that these are the qualified people that but there may be other people who are qualified that don't have any idea that this is happening.
Yeah.
That's the inequity. Because just like you and these 3 other groups that I'm aware of are qualified, there may be 30 other groups out there, but it's not publicized and they don't get the notice or the information. And if they do get the information, they get it on day 4 of a 7-day process. You know what I mean? And so now it's like, oh, well, you didn't get it in time or you get it, but you don't have enough time to put your package together to really represent all of the work that you can do. And that stuff was on purpose. Like it was intentional. Like we're intentionally having a short runway for this thing, not because we got to turn it around and get it out the door quick. It's because we know that we have groups that we've talked to and they're ready. Like it's on your mark, get set. We opening it up for 7 days, go. And then we can close the window after we say go. Like that's the kind of games and that's the kind of stuff that I've experienced. And these are the things that we highlight when we talk about it. And again, I ain't talking about what I heard. I'm telling you what I experienced firsthand.
So, all right, that's life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, again, like, I'm just like, it is life. And then, so, okay, there's some stuff, right, that I would say, I hate to say this, start connecting with people.
Oh, I mean, you really, hate to say that. You got to build a relationship.
No, but like, you like, when you sit up there and say that, you're in there, my door
and the relationship hasn't changed,
right?
But it hasn't changed from my perspective.
We're not even going. We're not even going there. But
I'm sorry, I'm like really caught up in my personal experience in this moment. I see you. I feel it. I feel your hand on the back of my collar. Because I'm locked in. I got a testimony.
But what I'm saying is that's a testimony on you, like. You can say like you're over here walking these walks, building these connections with people that they value in you enough that they want to give you these opportunities. And yes, we have like, it's not fair that somebody else is over here doing it and they're not getting the opportunity. But what I will tell you is one time you didn't have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't have the relationships.
Yep.
And what you start to do when you realize that you don't have those connections, you start making those connections. You got to see who are the people that you can start to move with. And everybody, now listen, everybody you're not going to jail with.
Yeah.
But there's somebody that you will. And you know what? You throw a cast net there enough, eventually you will catch your fish.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I want to take some of what the people say because the chat is live. Thank y'all for joining the conversation. Here's the seat at the table. And Miss Teresa, I want to acknowledge this, right? So she says, since we're being honest, some of the grants I reviewed weren't awarded were poorly written, had no documented experience of delivering the service, and the outcomes that were achieved. That's true. Like some
people just not qualified.
There's no you have that. So you have people that are just not qualified, but then you also have people who are extremely qualified, but they're not good writers.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't know how to document and put their qualifications into a package that will be funded. So it might be poorly written. It might, you like I said, two things can be true at the same time because again, as a council member, we reviewed a lot of those things too. And a lot of that stuff, you can see that, it was not a lot of thought that went into it, or you can see that it was, like AI generated. And then when you look at like, oh, this is a great plan to Miss Teresa's point. But then when you start looking at their ability to deliver and produce, you don't have a track record or a history of delivering a quality product. And so there's that, like, that's a part of it too. So I'm not denying any of those things. I'm just adding something from my experience that other people may or may not have experienced that we kind of skip over, and if you haven't had that experience, you tend to invalidate.
Right.
And that's kind of the rub for me. I see Fancy Nancy. She says, my JROTC colonel told me manners and relationships will get you indoors that nobody else can open. He sponsored my whole last 3 years of JROTC and personally took me with him to all the drill team meets in his brand new 1991 short dog caddy. I hear that. Thank you for that. Because it's true, right? Like the relationships do matter. And
it gets you places that other people, it just open doors that And that's just like, but once you know that, start to build those relationships.
Yeah, you build the relationships. And to your point earlier about building relationships, one of the things that I think the other part of it is it put yourself in a position where they can't not come to you. Like if you in this lane and you in this space, you go in that space and you kill it, you dominate. And so anybody who comes in that space, they have to see you. You know what I mean? Like if you and this was, again, 16, 17, 18, 19, when you talking about community engagement, like you couldn't get around, see that for community engagement, very little resources, very few resources, but because of the work that we were doing and continue to do. But at that time, it was like you get to a spot where whether they want to see you or not, they can't help but see you and they got to meet with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like put yourself in that kind of position. So be good at what you're good at, dominate your field, and those relationships will develop, especially if they're serious about doing it for real.
Yeah.
Like that's the trial for them. Like if we really want to do this for real and I see this person is killing the game, but I don't really like how they be talking online. Can you look past that to see the purpose and the objective and what we're trying to do and not worry about what they're saying online because it's not impacting the work that actually is going to get done. And we know that they're the best person for the job. Like those are the conversations that we like to start having. So what do people say in the last few minutes that we have? I did I'm So St. Pete.
Okay.
And that thing has been taken off. Felt like people needed that. I was surprised at all of the comments on what the people say around I'm So St. Pete, I remember when. And so the overall vibe and the time that we have, I can't get into like all the themes. It was a lot. And it felt real good. I was happy to look. So if you haven't seen it, I'll share it on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page. But go to like my personal page and it has like just some stuff that when you look in the comments, and you remember St. Pete, like it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, that's right. I do remember that spot. I do remember that person. And so it was just a good trip down memory lane. But what came out of it was a reminder that St. Pete is not just a place, it's a collection of memories, it's a collection of stories. And so people remembered their neighborhoods, they remembered corner stores, movie theaters, old schools. They talked about clubs, family traditions, local businesses, community icons, and whatnot. And the comments painted a real picture of a city where people knew each other, children played outside, and everybody had a story. It's maybe like 5 or 6 themes, and maybe we can get into it on Freestyle Friday. But yeah, I thank y'all for engaging and sharing, your I'm So St. Pete memories, because I mean, it was definitely an opportunity to flip the algorithm for a day or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like positivity.
Ah, man.
Like something that you can like sit up there and.
Yeah, it was just good to go down,
It's so much that like.
Yeah.
That
so let's see.
Our youth will never, this generation will never have the experience of. But
so let me give you a high level cue of the things.
Ahead.
So theme 1 was like the places that made St. Pete special, right?
What did they say?
So Red Snack Shack, Mr. C's, Web City, Geech's, Snow Peak, Atwater, C&J Corner Store, Pineapples, Bayfront Center, the Royal Theater, Gay Blaze Skating Rink, Scat 34. When I seen Scat 34, I tripped out because I wasn't old enough to go to Scat 34.
Yeah.
But like my sister and my aunties was Scat 34. Like in my mind, like I couldn't wait to grow up to go to Scat 34 because I used to talk about it. So I was surprised.
That was like,
is that what a galaxy is? Where was Scat 34? I think what a galaxy was. But so those were places, and people were saying many of these places are gone, but clearly not forgotten. The second theme was like growing up before smartphones, and so riding bikes all over town on Christmas, walking to the neighborhood theaters, catching the bus to go to the mall. 35 cents for the nickel transfer was what I remember. Calling friends on payphones, house parties where everybody was welcome.
I had so many house parties.
Friday nights after football games, penny candy, 1-cent cookies, and that was another common thread.
You just think I remember my cousin Keisha used to be like, you know how much candy I can buy with a quarter? Like, and going to Blackie's. You know what I mean? Blackie's is still there though. Blackie's is still there, so you go to Blackie's. And then I'm thinking about like as a kid, like we used, if y'all good, we're gonna give you some candy because my family owns Snow Peak.
Yeah.
So and then going there, like going out there to go get the headquarters, and we got to sit in there, and then pulling up at Snow Peak late night, and it's a line, and then I get to cut in and go through the back, and then like Red Snack Shack, like they had the best burgers, and then may God be pleased with him. My brother Octavius, Red is his stepdad, so Tay used to, if I seen Tay, he'd be like, "Don't worry about it,
I got you, I got you."
So you just think about that.
Other themes, parks and recreation, the sports was another one of the things that came.
Ain't nothing like our little league back then.
Oh yes, come on.
Oh Lord.
Then there was like food that we still miss, like the Cuban sandwiches on 16th and 5th Avenue was like amazing.
Connie's.
Yes. Oh, see, Connie. Yep, it's in here. The rib dogs. Connie's rib dogs. Big Tim.
I just had
Red's milkshake.
I just had a rib dog from somebody else.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Long live the rib dog. But with moderation. However, community. Another part, theme 5 was the community, of course, and people remembered everybody knowing each other, neighbors watching out for neighborhood kids. Parents weren't afraid to let their children ride across town. My mom and them ain't know we was going that far. House parties again, welcome people, Black-owned businesses that lined the street. And then it was a lot of different messages. But I just want to thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, and allowing us to remember some great St. Pete moments in context. And so there was something special about growing up here. And there's a part of St. Pete that is gone, but we're still here. And so with us still being here, the opportunity to bring that back is also here. So that was what the people say. And I appreciate y'all.
Well, that's it, y'all.
Wow.
It's been a ride.
It goes fast. All right. Well,
stay tuned.
Sister Hughes, make you lose your shoes, and shout all around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And we out.
Bing, bing.